there are some songs that just resonate with you on a different level. Telling a story that feels both personal and universal. And for me, one of those songs right now is Narcy by Good Weather Company. Welcome back to Usapang Musiko with Ervin Besana. Again, my name's Ervin, and as promised, this the first segment to season two is gonna be music review. So we'll talk about. I'm basically gonna be dissecting tracks and sharing my thoughts about the song, honest as I can. And let me introduce the band and the song. So um, Good Weather Company is a band that masterfully fuses the emotional weight of grunge, the cinematic sweep of post rock, and the pulse of new wave. Their sound is inspired by artists such as The Cure, Radiohead, and Kings of Leon. Both atmospheric and urgent. Constantly exploring themes of discontent, identity, and chaos of modern life. And the song is gonna be Narcy. So just a few thoughts before we start. So we're gonna listen to the song first. So if you're on Spotify, you can listen to the song, to the whole episode with the song in it. But for YouTube, medyo madamot si YouTube eh. Kaya probably I'll remove it in YouTube. But if you want to listen to the full song or to the whole episode with no cuts of the song in it, go to Spotify. Again, subscribe to YouTube. A lot of you guys are watching a lot of my videos, a lot of my clips, but you're not yet subscribed, so please help out if you can. And then on Spotify, just rate 5 stars, leave a comment, and follow me there. All right. So let's listen to Narcy by, of course, Good Weather Company. That's Narcy by the band Good Weather Company. Wow. Wow. I've been listening to it for quite some time now. I say I'm I'm good friends with Christian, the guitar player, and I really appreciate their music. They have two more songs, actually two more singles sa Spotify nila, which is a Strange, which hooked me at first, and then Mr. Moon, which emphasizes their musical prowess, to be honest. And yeah, let's think it in first for a bit because it's a really long song. It's 7 minutes and 22 seconds, but we'll get to that. So let's do a deep dive. All right. So let me talk about my review of the song. So for the overall vibe and opening, from the very start, Narcy immediately transport you. Honestly, the instrumentation gives off that distinct vibe of riding a bus on a rainy evening. It's gloomy yet there's this incredibly oozing feel to it. And the opening keyboard guitar sample that was used, it's not just atmospheric. It elevates the initial gloomy feel. Setting the perfect stage for a journey. I call it a journey because it's not the usual minute mark of any songs. The usual songs, I think I've talked about this a while back, that most of the songs nowadays are 3 minutes to 4 minutes long kasi the attention span. But it has meaning. It will connect eventually later on. I'll talk about it. Now for the musical progression and dynamics. After the first chorus, nag-shift. When the bass lick comes in, it became much heavier, more grounded, it giving off a new layer of intensity. The overdriven guitar lick in the second verse intensifies, the song's aura. What's brilliant is that it's melodic and not flashy. It was sometimes, melodic guitar parts in songs tend to be more flashy, but there are certain songs na it's not it's melodic, it's perfect for that background feel, and it's not flashy, and this one is it. Kumbaga, it's melodic. It doesn't really move you to listening to just the melodic lick, but it gives room for the powerful lyrics, the lyrics to really sink in. Kumbaga, it sips in, and then the bridge to chaos to hope. Kumbaga, the bridge part I feel is where Narcy truly excels in its storytelling. The chord progression and the musical progression used created this truly uplifting feel. At first, if you listen to it at first, it feels chaotic, yet it's hopeful because of the lyrics. It painted this vivid metaphor that it's gonna get rough before it gets good. That overall feel, and I have to give props to my man Christian dun sa guitar dive dun sa I think for 22-minute mark na yon. That's like that's his personality. That's his sound. Kumbaga, if you listen to them live, man, I mean, the guy has two boards. Like literally, the guy has two boards and the guitar. Like that's how technical these guys are. Now let's talk about the lyrics and the storytelling. Um, the band talks about overcoming, or the song talks about overcoming a deeply difficult, almost defeating experience. It's more likely a manipulative or abusive relationship. It opens with powerful metaphors of resiliences from phrases like "you almost took me down" or "the count, but you didn't. I'm still here." It talks about surviving and standing strong despite all of the adversities from that relationship. The declarations from phrases like "I know who I am," "I know who I'm not" are statements of self identity and strong boundaries. Then the song exposes the manipulation from phrases like "Now that the masks are off, caught in your web, blame you planted all on me." It's a look at how blame was shifted and the true nature revealed. And the raw question, which to be honest, medyo naging parang, alam mo yun, parang may goosebumps and may onting flashbacks. Kumbaga, why do you love, from phrases like, why do you love my misery? Why do you enjoy my pain? Are extremely poignant, man. It highlights the disturbing dynamics at play and the repetition of the lyrical repetition on the bridge and the outro is where I feel like the music and the lyrics intertwine with one another. The repetition of the hook, that light will be brighter with every tomorrow, is not just catchy. It's not just a playful phrase. It encompasses the entire emotional arc of the song. It's a powerful promise of future brightness even when you feel like the tunnel seems dark. The idea of um before you reach paradise, you'll go through hell. Kumbaga, that's idea behind it. And the repetition is really essential, I feel, to understanding the song's core message of hope and defiance. Now let's talk about the runtime. The runtime, this brings me to the 7 minute and 22-second running time. To be honest, I feel like if it's not if it's reduced, or kumbaga nagkaroon siya ng radio edit, it would lose the concept and the impact. um I don't know, I feel like if it was cut down to like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you'll never get to that arc, to that story that these guys are telling. Kumbaga, it's a powerful hook. It's a powerful song. It's the perfect song length for me, because it's storytelling at its finest, man. It's from the get go until the last few seconds. It tells you a story, not just the lyrics, but the sound itself. And the final line, "I know who I am, I know who you are," is, I feel like, the ultimate mic drop for me. It's very self explanatory. And it talks about me understanding what's happening here, and I know who I am, and I truly understand who you are. It's basically completely unmasking the oppressor. And overall, uh honestly, I don't have anything negative to say about the song. What I'm about to say is that I feel like Narcy is a masterclass in emotional depth, musical progression, and lyrical storytelling. It's the perfect song length. It's the perfect feel. You were transported to, literally, it feels cinematic in a way. And again, I am going to reiterate this. If it was cut down to like 4 minutes or 5 minutes, it's not gonna work. I've written songs that are just complete messes. What do I mean by a complete mess? Because it feels, I don't, my way of storytelling is, I don't want anyone to figure out shit. Kumbaga, I want them to understand. Kumbaga, for them to paint a picture. And for these guys, they selfishly, provided you the emotional, the story arc that you need in this song. And it's a clear testament, an idea to how good these guys are. I'm hoping that they can create another masterpiece after this, because this is their latest single, and I haven't heard any news of new singles or anything. But of course, these guys are gonna be creating something again that is truly profound. Now, in summary, Narcy by Good Weather is a really great track. It's compelling. It's a compelling track. Sabi nga ni ChatGPT, it's a compelling track. It blends atmospheric instrumentation, with a deep resonating story of resilience and hope. And basically it's a journey from darkness to light that demands your full attention. Kasi if you don't really finish the song, if you don't understand the lyrics itself, you'll feel like, yeah, it's too long. But again, I'm gonna reiterate this once more. If I feel like, it was cut down, it's not gonna make any sense. Now, if you love that music, if you love Narcy, please check out the band Good Weather Company. Check them out on their socials. I believe they're on Facebook, Instagram, and of course follow them on Spotify. And the whole group, the I just forgot their group, the Manila Sound Sonic, I think. Sorry if I messed that up. Pero yeah, please follow them, and you can check them out on their again, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. If you love Narcy, you can listen to Estranged, and then you can listen to Mr. Moon. It To be honest, I got hooked with them by listening to Estranged because it's very different. Just a little bit of backstory. What happened is that I have a band before, Musica Iho, and I think we played a gig in, I forgot where that is. I think BGC, and kasama rin sila, nakalineup sila. That's where I got hooked with their sound. Kasi iba talaga, iba yung sound nila. And yeah, I mean that's basically it. So, what are your thoughts on Narcy, on this song? Let me know on the comments down below, on YouTube and on Spotify. I would really love to hear your take on this. So again, if you love that song Narcy, please follow Good Weather Company on their social media platforms, and you can listen to them on Spotify, or to be honest, I feel like any major streaming platforms, andun sila. Give it a listen, contemplate on it, let it sink in. Kumbaga. Now, well, that's it. Yung puti, hindi tayo lumampas ng 30-minute mark, which I love. Again, just a heads up, guys. On YouTube, possibly the music will be cut off kasi maano tayo, copyright strike tayo. But if you want to listen to the full episode with the music, you can go to Spotify. All right, and then for our next episode, we're gonna do a commentary on the indie scene. Yes, it's my favorite part kasi ito na talaga yung literal na unfiltered. Sobrang unfiltered na neto. So, for the topic, let's cross the bridge when we get there. All right. So again, my name's Ervin, and if you like this content or this podcast, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that follow button on Spotify. Leave me 5 stars and follow me as well. And then follow me on my socials. Again, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you around. Peace.